following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. And Green Bay Packers' first 2 weeks of the season will, at least they got right against the Detroit Lions.
Well, at least you're consistent.
That's the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, that 38-3 loss in Week 1 kind of shook everybody to their core. And then this past week, Aaron Rodgers did what Aaron Rodgers does. He finds the best way to hurt his opponent, and that was using Aaron Jones in the passing game. 4 total touchdowns for Aaron Jones this past week. And, we expected them to completely handle the Detroit Lions. It was a close game through the first half of the game. Second half, Aaron Rodgers did Aaron Rodgers things.
That's what he does.
Yep.
I mean, the thing would concern me if I'm a Packers fan is that the defense looks bad. I mean, there are times it looks terrible. Mm-hmm. And you have a problem opposite Jair Alexander. Jair, he's good. Eric Stokes has been good.
Yep.
I only played 52 snaps, which really confuses the absolute piss out of me.
I think that's gonna change.
I think it has to.
I mean, as Kevin King continues to get burned over and over and over again, Eric Stokes he was a damn good player at Georgia, and this past week against Detroit, he made some huge plays.
I mean, Kevin King's been one of the worst corners in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So I think as Eric Stokes plays his way into a bigger role, I think that will obviously help.
Yeah. The injury to Zadarius Smith obviously doesn't help anything either. That hurts your pass rush, and he was one of the stars of that defense. But you'll get him back in a couple of weeks, and we'll see where it goes from there. As far as this week's matchup with the 49ers, or did you have any other takeaways from the Lions game?
No, I mean, the biggest thing for me is that, Week 1 was a fucking disaster. Yeah. I mean, we can all universally agree to that. Mm-hmm. That's one of those burn the tape games that I'm not putting a lot of stock into. Mm-hmm. Last week, it's Monday night. Maybe there was a little overlooking it, and in the second half, you put your foot on the accelerator, and away it went.
Well, and the weather was bad, too, so I think that played into it.
Here's what I don't understand. Why do you not give Aaron Jones more touches? Mm-hmm. He has 22 carries through 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. He scored 4 damn times. His 30 touches total. He is scoring on almost a sixth of the touches you give him. Mm-hmm. This is one of those Matt LaFleur things that I've never understood. Sorry, Mike's now our offensive coordinator, and I have yelled his name in vain a lot of times. I just don't get it. I don't understand why it is that you put so much of the impetus on Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. It definitely fucked you in Week 1. You got away from the run game. You became super one-dimensional, and New Orleans just preyed on you because of it. Yeah. Now, going into this week, the question is, what can you do about that? There's no Dre Greenlaw. I said last week that was going to hurt San Francisco against Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. The same onus applies here. You got Aaron Jones, who is a really good running back. Your offensive line has been inconsistent. Mm-hmm. I was trying to think of the nicest word I could say right there.
That's inconsistent works.
So how do you keep the hellhounds away from the door? You can't get one-dimensional again. Mm-hmm. If you do, they're going to beat the piss out of you. I don't think that's going to happen. I am probably one of just looking at the way the numbers break down, I'm one of the rarer heavy bettors that's looking at Green Bay going, this is a crush spot to me. I love the way this sets up. The Aaron Rodgers revenge narrative is not even really what I'm talking about. He always enjoys coming in and sticking it to San Francisco anytime he can because that's who he grew up rooting for. That didn't work, the last time he played here. So
there's that.
Not really worried about that. I don't know why I have this weird gut feeling that Green Bay's going to come out and just be really impressive.
Yep.
Jair Alexander can lock up Debo, which is how I would do it. I can't tell you that that's what Joe Barry's going to do because a lot of his decisions have been just maddening to me. Mm-hmm. They have one receiver that really scares you, and it's Deebo Samuel. Brandon Ayuk has not done what we thought he would. And there's a day coming for that with him. I just don't think it's going to be against Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you put Kevin King on Deebo Samuel, he might have 700 yards in this game. So don't do that.
Right.
Whatever you do, don't do that.
I'll look for this to be a close game, but I'll go ahead and tell you, I think the Green Bay Packers are going to go on the road and get one here.
I get the better quarterback. Yes, I'm on the road. I think the coach is a wash. I would say him and Shanahan's a wash. Mm-hmm. I just look at San Francisco's very, very hurt. I mean, very, very, very hurt. They may have to run Jacques Patrick. And here's where that comes in for me. San Francisco is one of those teams that has been able to trot any half-ass running back they found on the damn waiver wire out, and they're conducive to a good running attack. Mm-hmm. Jacques Patrick's a big dude. Elijah Mitchell's hurt. Trey Sermon's hurt. There's just a lot of instability there, and if you make San Francisco one-dimensional and Jimmy Garoppolo has to beat you, Green Bay wins this game.
Yep.
That's how I'm personally doing it. I will lock Jair Alexander, again, before Packers fans say it. I know they don't tend to do that. I get it, because Deebo plays in the slot, blah, 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 blah. This is how I would do it. That's all I can tell you. You've got one receiver that really scares me. In terms of Kittle, I'm going to have Darnell Savage on him because I love Darnell Savage. He's super athletic, and I think nobody's going to stop George Kittle. Mm-hmm. I think you can limit him. And then you say, you know what? All right, Jimmy, if you can beat us with Brandon Ayuk and this slew of Trent Sheffields and shit like that, more power to you. I don't think you can do it. I get Aaron Rodgers, you get that. I like my chances. I'm taking Green Bay this week.
Yeah, I am as well. And I think the FU Tour 2.0 has begun. Detroit was the plant your flag moment. Now he's got another primetime game back in California where he's comfortable playing. I like this for the Green Bay Packers. I really do. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, and we are always in the Wicked Weed studio here in the Sportsocracy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you see all of our team-by-team content throughout the 2021 NFL season. And, of course, we're always live in the Wicked Weed studio at 10 a.m. on weekday mornings. We'll see you next time.